A great motivation for running, I think, is watching other runners and learning from other runners. I've made videos before about different documentaries, but these 10 you can all watch for free right here on YouTube. So here are 10 great documentaries about running to inspire you. The Why, running 100 miles. The documentary follows runner Billy Yang as he tries to answer for himself why he runs 100 miles. As other runners try to answer the same question, we follow Billy on a tough mountain trail 100 miler. An impressive story with some amazing views of the run. Even if you have no desire to run 100 miles, there is a great motivational message in this one.
In the early miles, you're holding back so much because you know how far you have left to go. And at the same time, you're trying not to get consumed by the enormity of the task at hand. It's 100 miles. So you really do your best to try to focus on each breath, each step, and simply focus on running from aid station to aid station.
15 Hours with Amelia Boon. Following along and having a look into a race day of Amelia Boon while she narrates the film to share her how and whys for running.
To me, I've now learned to understand and to recognize that racing is the celebration of all of the training that you've been able to do. So that's really what's changed. I love to run for the sake of running, and I would do it regardless of whether there was a race on the table or not.
Behind the Run, Angela Cooger, a documentary by the Ginger Runner about Angela Cooger, a 45-year-old breast cancer survivor who runs a 100-miler. We follow her on a trail while she shares her story of her struggles of being a runner and dealing with life.
I didn't want to take anything for granted in my life anymore, and I wanted to do all the things that I had always planned to do. My philosophy just became, don't wait. Don't wait to do the things that you want to do. Don't wait to tell people you love them. Don't wait to challenge yourself. Do hard things because you can and not because you are forced into them.
Food for runners. In this short documentary, we take a look at what elite African runners eat on a daily basis. To get your body to perform well, you need to fuel it well, so they share what they eat to keep them competing.
We in rural or our culture, we regard such foods like rice, beans, potatoes, chapati as special meal. So, and it's always for Christmas.
Obese to Marathon. This takes us along on a journey of Tony Reyes, who is obese and wants to change his life out of fear of dying and seeing the pain that it causes his loved ones. He sets out on a weight loss journey and sets a goal for himself to run a marathon. A heartwarming film with a very powerful motivational message.
My body is telling me I cannot do this. And I'm having to push harder than I've ever pushed before. I just have to keep telling myself I have to do this.
Mark Lewis, I tried to run an ultramarathon without training for it. This is not just a documentary about somebody who never ran before and tried to run a 100K run, but still, not prepared for his ultra, Mark Lewis did try to set out for a run that he wasn't ready for. In this video, he shows in detail how he set out on his run and how things went on his crazy feet.
Okay, so I've just gone through 42 kilometers to go, which is a marathon. And that's interesting because I know I can run a marathon, so I'm now guaranteed to finish. That's sports science right there.
Mad About Parkour, a documentary about a different type of running, free running or parkour, although not something that we generally think about when somebody mentions running, but this documentary follows a group of free runners who set out to perform their tricks on major London landmarks. A pretty impressive documentary that shows off some amazing skills. Showing Up, a documentary about people who all have their individual struggles in life and found refuge in running. Inspirational stories of very different people that have one thing in common, their joy for running.
I'm like, this is unbelievable. Like, this has never happened to me. Like, people are encouraging me to go, and
great job.
That's what really carried me through that workout, is having people like high-five me and telling me I can do it, because I've never experienced that before. I've never had someone tell me I can do something. I've only had people tell me I can't do something.
The Sprinter Factory. This shows us the tough competitive field of runners trying to make it in Jamaica. With so much talent and so much competition aiming for Olympic gold, it gets tough out there to get to your goal.
One of the reasons why I recruit here is because the kids here are a lot more hungry. The opportunities are more scarce here, so they're trying to run themselves out into a better situation.
Running the 184. A look inside the mind of ultra runners as they set goals for amazing distances to run. We follow some runners that are united by a run across New Jersey.
Really exciting now is the research on the brain. We have, through the years, theorized that running was simply good for us, but there was no research, and now there is, and what it shows is that running turns on brain circuits for a better attitude, for more vitality, and for personal empowerment better than any other activity that has ever been studied.
I hope you can get some motivation from these great documentaries. You can find the links for all of them in the description, so go check them out. And until next time, get out there and run.